You may think you're a hater, but you have nothing on Don Bluth. The man went and made his own animation studio just to get back at Disney. Bluth didn't always hate Disney. In fact, he was quite fond of it, and when he was a child, it was his dream to work for them. He eventually succeeded and actually became part of the team that helped make Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty in 1955. In addition to that, he also helped animate Robin Hood and also The Fox and the Hound. However, he did leave mid-production of Fox and the Hound. While working at Disney, he came to hate it and felt that it had lost its magic and become way too corporate and soulless. So Bluth ended up leaving Disney with Gary Goldman and John Pomeroy and taking 14 Disney animators along with him. They ended up creating their own animation studio and made their first feature film, The Secret of NIMH. What's even more interesting about The Secret of NIMH is it was the first profit-sharing contract ever done in animation history. This means that the animators would not get paid until the film was made, and then they would all get a share of the profits of the film. His first film, The Secret of NIMH, was not a huge commercial success, but it did achieve critical acclaim, and it was often compared to Disney, saying it was a superior film, particularly as Disney was in their dark ages at the time and were making flop after flop. For his next film, he actually partnered with Steven Spielberg and made An American Tail. This film went to be a great commercial success and actually became the highest-grossing non-Disney animated film of all time for the time period, and actually went on to beat Disney's other film of that time period, The Black Cauldron, as well as The Great Mouse Detective. However, these losses actually became a turning point from Disney, who was feeling the pressure from Bluth and decided to put more money in investing in their animation studio, which ironically in a way means we can thank Don Bluth for the Disney Renaissance. His next film did even better financially, which was The Land Before Time. Disney was extremely petty and actually released Oliver and Company the exact same week The Land Before Time released. However, The Land Before Time did do better during the first week. However, Oliver and Company did outgross it in the long run. The Land Before Time, however, did better on VHS sales and actually went on to become a major franchise with multiple entries. That leads us to 1989, where Bluth then releases his next film, All Dogs Go to Heaven. However, Disney decided to do the same thing again and released The Little Mermaid the same week as All Dogs Go to Heaven. The Little Mermaid did become the clear winner and became the start of the Disney Renaissance. However, Bluth refused to admit defeat and created 1997's Anastasia, which became his highest-grossing film of all time. Disney did try to beat out Anastasia by doing a re-release of The Little Mermaid the week prior, as well as releasing the film Flubber the week after. However, that did not stop the success of Anastasia, and it did go on to be an extremely high-grossing film, as well as being well-received and constantly mistaken for a Disney product, much to Don Bluth's chagrin. Even further to Bluth's dismay, Anastasia was included during the 2019 Fox merger when Disney purchased Fox, and therefore Anastasia now is technically a Disney film.